Hey guys, Silverlord here, back again with another review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Four Horsemen Studios Mythic Legions All-Stars 3.0 Torrion. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty guys, as I said before, today we're taking a look at Torrion. He is part of the Mythic Legions All-Stars 3.0 wave, which is currently shipping now. And as I said in the Baron Volgar review I posted yesterday, those of you who missed it, check it out at your own leisure. I got mine about a week ago now, so with that being said, let's kick things off with aesthetics and articulation. And also, like I said in the Baron Volgar review yesterday, we're going to be taking a look at these guys for that as they come out the package. So they have less stuff in the way because they won't be as hard to maneuver around without all their accoutrements. So, looking at Torrion, he looks pretty sick. Not gonna lie. He is a Minotaur, part of the Circle of Poxus, which I'm gonna just say is the evil satanic cult of Mythos, the lore where Mythic Legion stems from. It's the faction that consists of the Dark Elves and the Demons, and this guy, and the Evelyn-looking character, what is it, Melina? Is, I guess, a hybrid of an orc and a, what was it? Vampire. So, hopefully we get more characters like that. I'd like to see more Minotaurs even. Or some more named Dark Elves in the future. But this guy overall, though, is pretty cool looking. Just kind of standing there. I will say he gets a little better when you add the neck piece, but we'll talk about that in accessories. One thing I do want to mention, though, is the horns. They do come out. And one thing I did on mine, I swapped them back around because that's how he came out the package. But if you take them and you swap them around like this, and take this with a grain of salt because I don't know anything about bulls other than you do not want to piss them off. But I do believe their horns are supposed to curve up like that, so when they charge, they have a better chance at skewering you. Again, take that with a grain of salt, because I don't know anything about farm animals, but that looks a little better to me, so that's how I'm going to have mine. But you can have yours any way you like. And that is an awesome head sculpt. Of course, could expect no less from the Four Horsemen, right? So articulation on this guy. His head can look all around. You can snap his neck and kill him if you want. He's got a all-black body, so really good for customizing. Shout out to the Mythic Legions Cabal. A lot of cool customizers in there. Lots of cool stuff in there. If you haven't checked out the Cabal yet, what are you doing? Go do it. Do yourself a favor. Shoulders go out to the side, back down, forward and back. He's got a hinge at the elbow, swivel at the elbow, swivel at the wrist, at the gauntlet. I did that in the Volgar review, jeez. Swivel at the wrist, hinge in the wrist. There's not even a hair hanging off this guy. He's got the bare torso as well. So, you know, he's got the little nipples. Then on the back, he's got the ports. The ports look a little uglier on this bare body as opposed to, if I've got him sitting here still, Baron Volgar. You can kind of just say that's punched into the armor. But this guy literally looks like he's got a hole missing out of his back. So don't look at him from behind, or use some of the extra pieces, the add-on pieces, to cover that up. If that bugs you, it doesn't really bug me too much. But he does have a ball joint in said torso. Moves all around. Hips, kick it out to the side. Again, farther than Spider-Man, so that's funny. Same skirt piece, well, this piece, as Baron Volgar. Different crotch plate, though. He's actually got a plate this time. It is also softer than normal, so I wonder if that's a new thing, because I don't remember these being this soft before. His hips can also kick forward and back, and if you remember in the Baron Volgar review, you can swing the leg around like that if you want to kick his leg all the way forward and not have this in the way. He's got a thigh cut, single joint at the knee, again, past 90, just about. Swivel at the knee. He's got hooves. Those are different. They can swivel, hinge back and forward, and then he's also got a rocker. I will say the peg holes on the bottom of the feet, or the hooves, are on the same side, but I believe it's supposed to be like that, because the old man, my dad, checked his last night, his and his, what's the blue demon's name, Zazar, and they both had that as well. So I assume it's the same sculpt for both sides, which makes things a little bit easier as far as budget goes, I guess. Unless you are picky on what side the peg hole is on, the feet are exactly the same otherwise, because hooves don't kick in like a human foot. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Him and Baron Volgar shop at the same gauntlet and shin guard store and belt store, apparently. Which, again, you're going to see that across this wave. There's a lot of reuse, but that's one of the things with Mythic Legions. But with that being said, let's move on to the accessories. Moving on to the accessories, and again, Torrion comes with a pretty decent spread, all things considered. So let's just get right into it here. Comes with the belt and the sword for said belt. Goes right into the loop there. The sword has a nice kind of metallic blue on the hilt and gold on the blade. Me personally, I like to have it kind of just hanging on his side, so that is what we will be doing. Next up, he's got the standard shoulder pads here, which standard for this wave is an understatement, because like I think every male figure, with the exception of the Stone Troll, comes with these, so that's pretty funny. It's got the pegs on the back. They fit onto this neck piece here. Get those out of the way, actually. Which, this thing is pretty cool. Adds a little bit of bulk to the neck of the figure. It's got this kind of medallion on the front, and then the peg holes on the back, which, for those of you who are new, you just take these and peg them right into that. Or, you know, you just miss the hole entirely and look like a doofus. So, what the heck? Normally don't have these problems. There we go. There you go. I had to take it behind camera to do it, but you can easily, if you're not stupid anyways, you can peg these in there. And they sit in there just fine. And they do add a lot to the figure. You will see in a moment here. Next up, he does have the circular shield. The little gold bauble in the middle. And the accursed shield clip. I already went over this in the Baron Volgar review. But you can peg this onto here. Although I will say, again, it does not fit on the gauntlets that all the male figures, once again, have in this wave. It's just too small. It'll fit on your traditional knight gauntlet, but not the more evil, gnarly looking one. But, last, but certainly not least, he does come with this big old pole and kind of scepter staff piece here with a ball joint that does fit heads on it. So you can put a noggin on here if you wanted to. I'll probably just leave it as is, but you can plug it into the end of this. and it does look pretty good. Kind of a reverse of what Malachi Cinderhorn comes with. He's the head shadow elf or dark elf, I believe. His was like a gold staff scepter with a little metallic blue ball on the end. And this guy's is a big old metallic blue staff scepter thingy with a gold ball on the end. So that's pretty cool. I will say it gets a little bulky here, so I tend to have him hold it around here or towards the bottom, so it doesn't stretch the hand out all the way. But with that being said, let's gear him up and take a look at some size comparisons. And before we take a look at some size comparisons, here is Torrion with all of his accoutrements. You can see he's got that neck piece to kind of beef up his neck and shoulders. He's got the shield. He's got his humongous magic wand. That thing's like taller than he is. And he's got a sword hanging on his hip there. Forgot to mention in the Volagar review that his belt was also kind of hanging around his waist. Again, it would be nice to get some sword sheaths so their swords aren't just kind of hanging out. But yeah, still looks pretty cool, man. I really like this figure. You can also see I am using the Thwick shield handle so he can actually hold on to his shield there. So with that being said, now let's take a look at some size comparisons. Taking a look at some size comparisons, here is Torrion next to a couple other members of the Circle of Paxus. We have Malachi Cinderhorn on the left and Zarya on the right, who I actually did review a couple of years ago. And comparing the scepters of both Malachi and Torrion here, you can see how the colors are a little bit inverted. Torrion's got the blue scepter with the gold orb, and Malachi has the gold scepter with the blue orb. I will say I think Torrion's is a little bit better. It's a little bit more metallic, so there is that. Up next here he is next to Perplor, who actually utilizes the same neck piece and shoulder pads, funny enough, that this guy does, on the left, and Zeza, who is also a member of the Circle of Paxus, on the right. A review of him coming tomorrow. And last but certainly not least, got our two regulars, Brother Mandibulus on the left, and the Mortal Kombat 11 spawn on the right. So with that being said, time to wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't stoked to be finally getting my hands on one of the Minotaurs from this line. Being a Taurus myself, the Minotaur has always been one of my favorite fictional characters of all time, and this figure does that character so much justice it's not even funny. Yeah, I would have preferred maybe a more broader body type, considering he's got that bulky neck and shoulder pad setup going on, and maybe a tail, because why not a tail? Or even an alternate head with a more pissed off looking expression with a nose ring, because aren't bulls known for having nose rings? I don't know. Again, I don't know a lot about bulls other than you do not want to piss them off. Other than that, he is a little bit tricky to stand with the hooves, but if you finagle with him enough, you can get him to stand with enough effort. Also, the shield clips for Horsemen, like I said, I love you, but the shield clips suck. Please, for the love of God, just use the handles from now on, because they are not big enough to fit on most of the arms, or they're too big to fit on the other arms. So just use the handles from now on. But I will say that little dilemma has been remedied thanks to a Mr. Elliot Leo from the Mythic Legions Cabal, who sent me out a couple of shield handles. As of the time of this recording, I do not have them quite yet, but I will soon. And for those of you not in the know, the Mythic Legions Cabal is, as far as I'm concerned, the best Mythic Legions group on Facebook right now. And I believe is also officially endorsed by the Four Horsemen. Lots of really cool people on there. You know, you got Walter, you got Elliot, you got the My Wife's Gonna Kill Me guys, and the Four Horsemen themselves, Jeremy Gerard. All those cats are over on the Mythic Legions Cabal, so do yourself a favor, go check it out. Go make a Facebook to check it out. I don't know. It's the one part of Facebook I believe that doesn't suck. So, with that being said, they also had some merch at one point. Not sure if they still do or not. think it was some t-shirts with a Slayer looking logo that was kind of badass, but I done missed out on that. But again, do yourself a solid, check it out. And with that being said, I love everything about this figure. I love the all black 1.0 body style and the metallic blue armor all the way down to his shield, Staff of Doom, and Pimp Daddy Gold sword. So with that being said, I'm of course gonna highly recommend you check this guy out. You're missing out as long as you don't have at least one Minotaur, one Troll, one Goblin, and one Ogre in your Mythic Legions display. I think having one of each of those kind of makes the display. It adds a little bit of flair and character to it. But with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to like this video, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know whenever I upload more reviews like this one. We're going to be continuing our looks at the Mythic Legions All-Stars 3.0 tomorrow with Zaza, or Azar. It's the blue demon, not the blue devil from DC. And also, don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know how awesome this guy is, because if you think it's lame, well then, something wrong with you. And remember, keep the comments civil, because the world sucks enough as it is. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Hopefully a little bit more calm, because I won't be on the high of having a Minotaur in front of the camera. Wooga wooga.